Namaste, social media world. My name is Kathleen Jaramillo Queskin. I own Grow Wellness in Connecticut, and I've been wanting to make this video for a few days now, and I'm so happy that I finally found this little nook of time where we could talk about what's going on right now currently with the coronavirus and how we can see the present situation through the eyes of positive psychology and yoga philosophy. So if you have about 10 to 15 minutes, go ahead and take a seat, get comfortable. We're going to talk a little bit, and then at the end, we're going to do a sound bath meditation. So go ahead and find a comfy seat and we'll just dive right in. So positive psychology, what is it? Positive psychology is the science of what makes human beings happy, what allows human beings to thrive. So it's really the study of what brings meaning to life and purpose to life. It looks at happiness as a skill that can be honed by the individual. It's amazing. So when we look at positive psychology and it's talking about purpose, I don't know if everything happens for a reason, but I do know that we can give everything a reason. So when we're looking at the current situation with the coronavirus, the first thing that they tell you in any emergency protocol is not to panic. The reason is because when you panic, you can't think clearly. And in a previous video, we had talked about stress and how the stress hormone cortisol affects the body, and what living in the sympathetic nervous system, which is your body's fight or flight response, living in that nervous system response, how unhealthy it can be for the body. So the sympathetic nervous system is, that fight or flight response is really useful if you have to run really fast or lift something up, or you need that burst of adrenaline for survival. But in this current climate, because we are facing a virus, it's not the nervous system response that you're looking to pursue. You want your body to be well circulated. You want your body to be vigilant against anything going around. So that's actually quite the opposite. You're going to want to try to relax a little bit more. And positive psychology does this study about bliss. And the way that Joseph Campbell talks about bliss is he says that bliss can be found in the activities that bring you a deep sense of joy. Bliss can be found in the activities and things that you do where you feel deep happiness. So not necessarily things that excite you or get you really going, but really that deep, true, authentic joy. And making sure to integrate those activities in your life, especially when you are feeling, the uncertainty of today's situation with the coronavirus. It's important that you're integrating those activities that bring you joy still into the daily routine. The only thing that we can really depend on in life is that there are ups and downs. Life happens in waves. So it's the law of impermanence. So if we're making sure to integrate bliss into those lows, it readjusts the pendulum of your inner balance so that your inner balance belongs to you no matter what highs or lows come. So it really becomes this moment of reflection of, where is your sense of stability? And especially right now with a lot of us facing, financial difficulty during this situation, it's this important moment of reflection to review within yourself how much are you dependent upon things that are ultimately out of your control in the physical world. And always without judgment, just observing and constantly readjusting that pendulum of balance and stability and inner peace to be a constant in your life. And from here, we dive into some yoga philosophy. And in yoga philosophy, we study the 8 limbs of yoga. One of the 8 limbs are the niyamas. And the niyamas are philosophies and guidelines of how to conduct the self within the self. So, cultivating that relationship with the self in a way that allows for self-actualization. So self-actualization, kind of back to the positive psychology side, would be, being able to operate on a daily level at your optimal potential, at your highest level of functioning. So when we look at observing the self, one of the niyamas is saucha, which is cleanliness, something that we've been talking a lot about over the past couple of weeks. And when we look at saucha, of course, you have cleanliness of the body, hygiene. You also have cleanliness of what you're putting into your body. So again, a moment to reflect. Are you eating healthy? Are you drinking water? What are you putting into your body? And making sure that you're giving the body all of the nutrients that it needs to operate at its optimal function. And then we look at, from there, personal hygiene. And when we're talking about, the recommended full 20 to 30 seconds of hand washing, something I've been doing that maybe you want to give a try is if you take a nice big breath in and you count the seconds it takes to reach the top, hold the breath at the top, and then exhale completely and count the number of seconds it takes to exhale. And you're going to see how many big, full, deep breaths you can fit in a 20 to 30 second span. That way, next time you go to wash your hands, you can just count some nice deep breaths and link this the habit of pranayama, of breath work, to something that should already be a habit, washing the hands daily. And it becomes this moment, again, to slow down, give that parasympathetic nervous system a chance, give yourself a chance to find the gaps between the stimulus and the response. And then, of course, there's cleanliness of mind. So cleanliness of mind is very important because you have to realize how important you are, how important your participation is in today's current culture and atmosphere. So, when it comes to energy is highly contagious. So if you are not practicing clarity of mind and you're allowing that panic to overcome you, what happens is you go to talk to the neighbor and then their panic begins, and then that ripples out, and soon it's rippled out into the community. So it's important to practice cleanliness of mind, because just as fear ripples out, hope ripples out 10 times faster. Love is 10 times stronger. So, taking that moment to readjust and make sure that your participation in society is something you can be proud of, that you can be proud of yourself in the responses that you're giving instead of emotional heightened reactions. So now that we're going to talk about cleanliness of mind, I think it's a great time for us to jump into this sound bath. I hope that this video helped in readjusting and making sure that your stability is within you during uncertain times, and I hope that it eased some anxiety. The following sound bath, go ahead and find a nice comfortable position, sink in, close your eyes, and just listen. Begin to breathe into the belly. Start to imagine